As the title suggests, this is just going to be a video about what songs or what a choice of songs that we've chosen, and we're going to pick one of these to use for our opening sequence of The Graveyard. First of all, we have the song Angels by the XX, and this is what it sounds like.
Light reflects from your shadow.
I think this song is quite a depressing song, which will go very well with the beginning of our film, as it's in the graveyard. The beat is quite steady and calm, however the singing actually starts quite early, which I think if we were to use this piece, that we would have to get the instrumental version, because otherwise I don't think it would work very well with the actual singing. To me, it gives a sense of almost floating, which I think is good because it links to the graveyard and like heaven's an angel and stuff. Personally, I do like this one. However, compared to the others that you're going to hear in a minute, I think that it's a little bit sort of boring, and it won't keep the audience interested as much as the other ones would. Or it wouldn't be as effective, although it is sort of downbeat. The others are downbeat, but they're a bit more, I don't know, like catchy, as it were. Next, we had the idea of another song from the XX called Intro, and this is what it sounds like. This one is quite similar to Angels, because obviously it's the same band, so it will sound quite similar usually. But as I mentioned, it's a bit more upbeat, but however it's still quite low and sad and sort of quite depressing, which again will link with the scene well, because it's in the graveyard. But I think this one's, as it's a little bit more upbeat, it will keep the audience a lot more interested than the first one especially. The instrumental bit at the beginning is a lot longer as well, and so I mean we wouldn't have to have the problem of trying to find the instrumental and then downloading that, etc. And also, I can't remember if it did play. It was in the little clip I just played, but there's also in the introduction the drum beat comes in, which is good because it sounds like a heartbeat, and which I think would be a good touch in the start of ours, because it would show that it's personal to the character and it's like in his heart, as it were. The next song we thought about was The Saints Are Coming by Green Day and U2. I'm not sure if it's a cover, but this is the one that we chose, and yeah, this is what it sounds like. I personally really like this one, and it's definitely one of my favourites out of the four we've chosen. Like the four we have chosen, it's still again very sad and sort of quite depressing, but I think it's also one that can link most of the scene. It's quite downbeat, but the guitar strumming along with the piano playing I think it just creates a really good bass line tune that again like links well with the scene. And as you play along, the volume of the guitar sort of goes up and down, which I think could link and represent the storyline, because there are ups, for example, Jake meeting the femme fatale, which he really likes her, and there's also downs, so obviously the death of his dad and death later on in the film. I also think after this scene, after this scene we go to a shot within the school, and that's quite smoothly transitioned. and with this song, at about a minute or so, it becomes like quite upbeat, like the drum kicks in, the music sort of comes alive. And I think that because in the school scene we want a more upbeat song, if we could get it well enough to actually have the music sort of transition as well as the visual, I think that it can make a really, really good effect. And obviously, like the contrast of the music as well as the visual will really help the story. The final song we chose is again from the XX, and it's called Missing, and here's just a short clip of it.
My heart is beating.
This one is also one of my favourites, along with The Saints Are Coming. I like the heartbeat at the beginning because it could create a good effect, especially in the graveyard scene, which we're going to use it for, as it could interpretate Jake's heart. Obviously, the heartbeat represents life, and obviously his dad being dead, it can mean that he's trying his best to look after himself and keep well. The tune is more sort of downbeat than The Saints Are Coming and also Angels, I believe. Intro. Yeah, it's The Saints Are Coming and Intro. However, with the heartbeat, I think it could be one of the ones we use. Like it could be a good contender. However, like Angels, the music starts, like the actual singing starts quite close to the beginning. So because we've got a voiceover and we don't want it to interrupt it and make the voiceover not very clear, we would want to find the instrumental version, because otherwise it would, like I said, it could interrupt and sort of make people not really understand or listen to the voiceover. And finally, we chose to look at Spanish Sahara by the Foals or Fowls, or however you say it. This is what it sounds like.
Like a lilac losing it. Black rocks and the shoreline sand.
We chose this one because, like the others, it's very slow and downbeat. Originally, we really liked it, but then on second thoughts as a group and personally on my own, I noticed at the start was there's like not actually that much of an actual backing track. It's more of the singing that's the main part of it, and which would be probably one of the best if it wasn't for the voiceover. Because obviously, if we've got the singing and the voiceover, they can mix and it'd be a bit confusing. So, it's the singing that makes the main effect of this song that makes it good. But obviously, there's not really much of a tune which we could have in the background like some of the others. And not only this, it's quite sort of, it's not really that catchy. Or it's a little bit more boring than the others, and I just feel that without the singing it wouldn't really be the best track to use. That was the top 5 for the opening graveyard scene, and we didn't only look at those, we also looked at a few other songs from the Lumineers and also a band called Alt J, but like I said now, the 5 on there were our top 5, and I thought I'd sort of cut it off at 5 so the video wouldn't be extremely long.